Okay, I'm back. Hope everybody's doing well. YouTube, I'm in a safe control environment. All these guns are unloaded. Uh, no children around. Safe control environment. By myself. Click 18 over for my content. Yeah, man. So just sitting here going over some things, getting ready for a road trip. I don't know if y'all saw the thumbnail, but yeah, man, I got a road trip coming up in a couple weeks. Got to go watch some softball games. The road trip's gonna be in the state of Louisiana, a little bit of Texas, and some little city called Daphne, Alabama, over there a little bit outside of Mobile, I think. So gonna be hitting the road, but for right now, this loadout is for the in-state road trip. Now, when I went on a road trip recently, well, not recently, but a while back, I had only carried my pistol. I think that was a while back. We went to Mississippi, we went to Alcorn State, and man, I didn't feel really all that comfortable because I had to drive at night on the way back, and all I had was a pistol, and them roads was dark, and we had to go through. We cut through all this farmland and little small ass little cities like what's it called, Amite, Amite, Mississippi or Louisiana. I don't know, man. It was basically a small little town. Alcorn State is in the middle of nowhere. Shout out to Steve McNair. But anyway, so I thought, man, next time we have to hit these little farm roads or these little small little parishes, man. I ain't traveling light no more like that again. Now again, when I go on further trips, I tend to bring a whole lot of stuff, but now I condensed it down. This is what I'm bringing. So let's go over what I'm bringing. And like I said, this is an in-state road trip, but it's going to be for a couple of days up and back. Pretty much going to stay up north and then head over to Texarkana and then back up to the Shreveport area, then back to New Orleans, and then hit the road again, and then go to Alabama and Mississippi. So it's a lot going on because the season's coming down to a close, getting ready for the conference tournament and all that kind of stuff. So the season will be over in May. So this is when they put the gas pedal down, but we've been having all this bad weather, and so they've been changing all the dates and stuff because of the weather. It's been, I don't know if y'all follow the weather in the South, but it's all over the place right now. Like wind gust and humidity's really high. And so, but anyway, this is what I'm gonna bring. And it's just gonna pretty much keep it simple but effective. And again, when you doing these road trip loadouts and getting your truck gun, whatever you decide to bring, you want to think about capacity and you want to think about multiple magazines. You don't want to get outgunned out there on the road, on the highway or something like that. Because nowadays, man, these criminal waves, they don't just be solo and just them and they little cracked out buddy. They got about 4 or 5, 6 dudes with them in multiple cars, and so if they do smash and grabs or try to box you in, they're not jumping out with just a pea shooter. They're jumping out with Dracos and things of that nature. So you want to have something that can send a message that, hey man, get away from me, get off of me, and I'm not having it. And that's where you're gonna need a lot of capacity and ammo. So let's go over what I got going on. So what I got, and in addition to this, in my vehicle, I always have first aid kits and stuff like that, tourniquets, chest seals, stop bleed, band-aids, gouges, all kind of stuff. So that's why I don't have it out here, because I have all those kits already built out. So just assume that that's coming with me too. Like I got emergency first responder kits for both of my vehicles. So, and those kits have everything in it: chem lights and headlights, headlamps, and all that kind of stuff. I got all that stuff set to go. Road flares, road vests, everything, man. So that's always in my car for the most part. But this is the firepower that I'm going to bring. So let me go over what I got real quick. Let you guys see what I got. So I'm definitely bringing my Tier 1 concealed holster. And this is with a 17 round mag right here. Got the hollow points in there, Hornadays, critical defense 147 grain. So I got that up in there, and I'm gonna bring 2 more 17 round mags. This is just ball tip Monarch, good enough for the goons. Don't need to have, after this, everybody eating ball tips. And then I got one of my Glock factory fun stick mags, fully loaded, Monarch again up in there. And then I got another one, fully loaded, Monarch up in there. So I think that, in addition with the mag I got inside of here, I think that would, I mean, like I said, you never know what you may need. I have another 17 round mag right here. And I'll just be bringing this Glock 19 right here. Just the way it is right here. I'm gonna bring it just like this. And that'll pretty much be the handgun portion of the deal. And I'll have that on me the whole time, looking something like that. That's pretty much how I'm gonna rock with my handgun. And that's the ammo that I'm gonna be bringing. And who knows, I might just load up another. I got a couple more sticks, so I might, I don't know. I probably don't think I need to do that, but I might, I don't know, who knows. If knowing me, I might have a beer later on tonight and change my whole mind. So I got a couple more ready to go too. I might just bring all this. You know, people say, dang, that's just too much for like a, man, it ain't never, you never have too much ammunition, man, when you out there on the road traveling with just you and your wife and your dog. Man, you never know how much you might need. But I believe, for the most part, any more than this, yeah, it was definitely an assassination attempt, and they trailed me and they wanted to get me. And you know, because if this don't get you out of a jam, then you really were targeted. Now let's go to the heavy. Let's go to the AR. So I've got, you know, got my AR-15, and I'm gonna bring the coupler. Had that ready to go. So this is gonna be like in the gun. So if something pops off, I know at least I got this much ammo, U2 compliant ammo, to get them off me. And that'll get me going. And then I'll have another backup one right here. And then I got one right here. So that one, so that'll be four AR mags. And the reason why I chose this setup is because I don't want to take one of my really good AR pistols and, you know, if something happens, they seize it. This is just a basic Palmetto State Armory 7.5 inch AR-15, and so it didn't really break the bank, and you know, just got iron sights on it. That's all I'll really need, you know, because this is going to be a point. It's going to be a point and shoot situation. It's not, you know, close range. It's not going to be, you know, 100 yards and all that, because if it was that far away, I'll be retreating, getting in my vehicle and hitting the gas and getting up out of it. But they come up to my door, I see them jumping out. I see them jumping out with something like this. I'm jumping out like this, and I'm taking the first initiative to protect myself. And I don't care about the loudness. I don't care about any of that nonsense. It's all about living. So, and I think this will keep me alive and get them off of that. Because like I said, anybody, any red-blooded person that breathes air, you got one of these flying at you, you're not going to stick around. You're going to retreat. Even if you have one, even if you have this, you still getting up out of there if one of them come flying by you. So I got my Palmetto State Armory 7.5 inch and Aero Precision lower, and that's what I chose. And the reason why I have to sling, because if I have to get out of the car and we have to run on foot and something like that, I'll have my appendix carry on me, and I can sling this and then, you know, and keep it moving. So it's important to have a sling when you're on these road trips with your rifle or your AR pistol. So that's pretty much how it's gonna go down and what I'm gonna have, and that should be enough to keep me safe, keep me and my wife safe on the road. But I definitely learned from my last lesson when I went to that little town, Alcorn State, when I went out there, and I did a video like that little ghost town, Rodney. Yeah, when we went up in there, all I had was a pistol on me, man. So I really bookmarked that trip and thought like, damn, that was pretty silly to just go all the way out there with just a pistol. And that's what happens sometimes. You get comfortable believing that everything is everything, and then all of a sudden the jump out boys come up on you, and you don't have nothing to really defend yourself. And that's why you got to have more than what you think you would need. Like I said, I'm still convinced that I might have to load up at least another one of these, make it 3. But but if you had 4, you would just really be able to shoot your way out of a situation. So a situation, and so that, to me, I think that's the more prudent approach, because this is all going to be in a backpack, and it's going to be a non-discreet backpack. It ain't going to scream gun. It's going to be a regular backpack. You won't even know. I'm not going to show the backpack, but all the AR pistol, those mags, and all these mags will be all in one backpack, so I can just grab and go. I'll have them situated where I can just grab a pistol mag, grab AR mag, and then the actual AR pistol will be actually in my car, loaded with the coupler, ready to go. Because you can't be fumbling when them boys run up on you. It's got to be already loaded, and all you got, I'm not gonna have one chambered. but that ain't but a second, and you're gonna see that coming. So then you just safety off, and then you just get busy. And like I said, the pistol's always gonna be on my person, one in the head, ready to go, and then just protect yourself. So it's just something to think about when you're doing road trips like this. And don't get complacent thinking, oh man, I don't need that, I don't need this. It's kind of like when you go to the grocery store and you say, I don't need my gun today. Well, that's a bad practice, because they say that a lot of bad stuff happen right around your neighborhood. Even car accidents. They say there's more accidents, deadly crashes with people going under 30 miles per hour than it is on the freeway, which is hard to believe because people are driving 60 to 100 miles per hour on the freeway. But the AAA Auto Report says that there's more residential accidents and little fender benders and stuff than people would like to believe. So with that being said, this gives you some type of insurance to make sure you can defend yourself. And like I said, suppressive fire is a very good action to keep bad guys off of you. When they know you are firing multiple rounds at them, they know they are physically taking a message from you saying, this guy is ready. We might have picked the wrong guy today. And you just keep blasting and blasting and blasting until they back off and they retreat, get in their car and turn around and go the other way. All the while, you got 911 calling the authorities, let them know what's going on. And if you make it out of there, stay at the scene, wait till the police come so you can do your report, do it the right way, so you don't get caught up in some litigation of where you were firing a weapon and you left, you didn't stay there. Now, it would make sense for you to leave if they were chasing you and stuff like that. But if you shot enough ammo to keep them away from you and then they took off, yeah, you won the battle, man. You just want to make sure you can just put down suppressive fire at the bad guys and let them know. But if they just hear 9mm pop 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 and they got that and they got ARs, you might be in trouble. That might not be enough to back them off. However, if you got all these sticks right here and you just keep coming and keep coming and keep coming, you might have a chance. But if once you see the bad guys jumping out with ARs or Dracos or whatever it may be, man, you gotta get your AR out. And that's why you need to have both platforms, a pistol and a rifle, with you on these road trips, on these back roads and stuff like that. Because I mean, it's a sign of the times right now, man. I mean, I hate to be like the bearer of bad news, but there are people out there that are riding around right now as I speak in packs, 4 or 5 deep, hunting people down, man. It's just a shame, man. It's like people don't want to work for what they want, so they just rather go take it from someone, and just don't want to be that victim, man. And and a lot of times they do target older people like myself and people in their 60s. And God willing, on May 18th I'll be 57 years old, man, and I'm not no young spring chicken, so I ain't got time to be doing no fist fighting and all that kind of stuff, man. This is the only thing I'm fighting with for the rest of my life is that trigger finger. That's right hand. But that just goes to show I do a lot with my right hand. But yeah, man, not gonna be out there bothering nobody, just trying to mind my own business, get to see my kid play and get back home. But again, if someone's gonna come jump out and try to test me, I'm gonna have that ability to defend for myself and keep them off of me. And I just think that these firearms would be good enough. And like I said, I don't care about the police seizing my gun under a self-defense situation, but at the same time, I don't want to give up my Glock 19X. I don't want to give up my 300 Blackout that I built that's really nice. I would like to keep that 300 Blackout when I get it suppressed for home defense and then, things of that nature. But yeah, that 7.5 inch was just laying around, man. I wasn't doing nothing with it. I was almost about to get rid of this thing because when the only reason why I bought it was because Sleep So BK Fly. He had a 7.5 inch Omni. And man, he used to shoot that thing a lot. And I was like, man, I went and got me one, took it to the range. This motherfucker was loud as shit, shooting flame balls out. People thought I had a 50 Beowulf over there or something. I was like, what the hell are you shooting over there? And this is in California. And I was like, man, this is a 7.5 inch AR-15. They said, golly, them flame balls, it was loud. Man, this joker right here, boy, let me tell you. And that's what I was like, I don't really need something like that. I really don't need this thing, man. I don't even know why I even bought it. But I got duped into it by a YouTuber, watching him shoot it, and it is fun. Don't get me wrong, it's fun. This thing is fun. And but I didn't know what to do with it though. So now I think I found the home for it on like what to do with it, and that's gonna be road trips. Like I said, it's very inexpensive. I'm not, hey man, Palmetto don't know me, Arrow Precision don't know me, but it's not a really expensive build. You can pick up a 7.5-inch off Palmetto for like $1.59. You know, that's without a bolt carrier group. But if you want it with a bolt carrier group, it'll probably be like 180 or 179. That's really inexpensive, but you can grab a lower and you're in the game for under $400 with a 7.5-inch, easy. So, and I had already had the lower and the buffer tube and, you know, the brace and everything. So I was just like, instead of having to just sit in the gun safe, let me find a way to have this thing used. I didn't want to bring the blade. I mean, I could have bought the blade and then you had the Glock and then all those mags compatible with the blade. I get all that, but you need a heavier caliber when you're on an open road because you never know what they're gonna have. And so that's why I reevaluated. I went like, because the blade wouldn't be a big loss either. You know, sub 450 and not a big loss, but at the same time, it's like, it's a 9mm PCC. Is that gonna be enough to make some like 3 or 4 goons retreat if they got ARs or Draco 7.62 by 39 or 5.56? I don't think that's gonna be enough, man. So I just thought like, let me reevaluate this, and I'm glad I dug in my safe and found that 7.5-inch upper, and you know, with the bolt carrier group all up in it. I said, dang, this just been laying back here for a while, you know. And I thought about putting an optic on. I said, but I ain't gonna, optic for what? I'm gonna be in my vehicle driving, you know, hitting the gas station, jumping back in my car going, some cats run up behind me, boom, boom. I mean, I like that small package and I can just turn and just start blasting. I don't need no damn optic. You just want to hit the vehicle and hit the area that they're coming out of, you know what I'm saying? So it makes perfectly good sense. And so now I feel good about that 7.5-inch now moving forward, as far as like, you know, what to do with it and how to use it and, you know, how it can be effective or something like that. So let me know what you guys think, man, about how you guys prepare for road trips, or do you just carry your pistol and call it a day, or do you carry, you got a truck gun, you got with you, a 300 black? It doesn't really matter what you got. Whatever you want to use is what you use. It's just that I have so many options that I always try to think about, you know, the police seizure when they take your firearms, and like, I don't want nothing to be super attractive to make them want to steal from me. So this wouldn't really make them want to take something, and that wouldn't make them want to take anything. So it's nothing, it's all bland and just kind of generic, no optics, nothing fancy. Yeah, I got a little light right here, no light on that. So that shouldn't really make somebody want, you know, make a dirty cop want to steal from me. So that's part of the theory. Don't want to have a huge loss. You know, if you had to defend yourself with either one of these firearms, sub 500 for a Gen 3, I mean, that's not a big loss. Sub 500 for an AR pistol, not a big loss. So it makes sense to me, man. So let me know what you guys think. Any suggestions, or what kind of truck gun you guys use, or do you take your Daniel Defense or your Mark A team on the road with you? Or, and like I said, I ain't judging nobody. Whatever you can afford and whatever you feel comfortable to defend yourself with, it's probably the best thing to bring with you. But you should have a heavy caliber, something with a punch, and then you should have a pistol at the very least. Hey man, let me know what you guys think about this video. If y'all want to buy a patch, hit my channel description, hit my email, and I'll mail one out to you. And otherwise, man, everybody stay blessed, stay safe, and stay responsible with your firearms. It's your boy Eisner's Tactical, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.